Welcome to the Ramblecast. Sorry there's no song. Nick is running a tad late. He's not even home yet, but he's on his way here to be with us. The Ramblecast on episode number 190.
Wow. Look at that.
We don't want to forget what episode we have because someone will get in trouble.
Not me.
You're bringing it on yourself there. By the way, Nick's not here. I'm podcasting with COVID. I mean, come on,
COVID,
man.
yes.
Let's just.
Man.
I'm podcasting with a headache for the seventh straight day.
7 straight days. Have you tested yourself yet?
No. For what?
COVID.
I tested a couple weeks ago
okay.
Because when I was sick the whole time.
You were like, I tested a couple weeks ago. It's good. One test, one and done.
I think it's a sinus infection because I was so clogged up, and I've been doing the teacup thing where you put the salt stuff in the teacup.
I know.
And you put it in one nostril and it comes out the other nostril.
That can clog you up. If you're not clear, it'll clog you up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's actually made me feel a little better. It makes me feel a little better for a while.
Yeah.
But then you know what it reminds me of? Going to the beach as a kid.
Oh.
And having that salt water when you're body surfing and boogie boarding and all that stuff and swimming in the ocean. All that's I go, it's like the beach. It's like being waterboarded and the beach all at once. So it's like
it is one of my go-tos if I have a migraine. Because usually it's sinus based. So, but I'm all clogged up because of COVID.
Yeah.
So,
maybe I should test myself again. I don't think I have it. It's just a massive. My head.
They say there's a headache involved with COVID. I haven't had that part yet. I woke up Tuesday morning with a sore throat, and my daughter had a sore throat like the day before or something, and so I just was like, I probably just have some sinus drainage. And I went about my morning, but then all of a sudden I was like feeling kind of like achy, like my body was achy, and I was like
achy breaky.
So I laid down and I was tossing and turning. And I couldn't rest. I couldn't get settled. And all of a sudden I started thinking, maybe I should just go ahead and take a COVID test. And there was the faint little line laughing at me. And so, but yeah, the body aches for me and the chill. I kept having cold chills for probably about 24 hours. So, and that finally stopped. But
I had that before, and I tested myself, didn't have it, and now it's just the headache. It's just like it's just like, oh my god, I'm gonna kill somebody.
Well, that's why we do the podcast, so that you don't kill people.
So I don't kill people. Yeah, that could be it. I took a little nap before we.
I thought about not showing up today because I was just like, you know what, they're good. But then I thought about you, Jack, and I thought, ooh,
thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Can't leave me with just Chris. Oh, I forgot Chris was here.
Yeah, I would have left you too.
He would have shown up and been like, wait, this is you and me? Fuck that.
Yeah. It's been a fucking long day for me too. My day off got hijacked by a sick kid.
Oh,
which one's sick?
My daughter had a pretty nasty fever earlier today, but it broke after some child ibuprofen. But
it's a rough time for kids.
Yeah, so she's gonna be home tomorrow. I'll be home tomorrow with her as well. But I actually have to work tomorrow night from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Damn,
nice.
No,
it's that time of year.
What's the 2 a.m.? I don't understand the fight.
We have some replacing some hardware in our store, some tables that are being replaced that are getting dropped off after hours, and to do a lot of rewiring and a bunch of all the bullshit. So I'll be there.
Theoretically, are they putting any barricades in place for your location?
Well, yeah, eventually.
Okay, all right. Sorry, didn't mean to bring that up. I know.
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, but I was thinking about you though.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I will say, thankfully, people are going to recover.
That's fortunate.
It's going to be quite a long time for some people, though.
No, I had some drawings kind of in the queue, like I had made them, and then I just didn't know what music to put with them. Sometimes I just get, I'm like, I don't know what this piece is about.
You're not doing it to the music as you're going along?
No, I make, and then I see you're fucking. I can't tell. I've got COVID brain. But bring it back to Chris though. I was just like,
it's always about Chris.
No, well, yeah. I was thinking about him and just all of the shit that he was going through, and then I found this like kind of somber music for a couple pieces, and I was like, well, this goes out to Chris. I was just, I don't know. I was just thinking about you and just.
He wanted something peppy. Something,
No, I didn't. I didn't do anything peppy.
That's what I'm saying. Chris wanted something peppy. Not that
he probably did.
Crap.
He probably did. But anyway, it's been a while. It's been a week. There's been a couple weeks in between, and I feel like we have to get all of our talk in before Nick shows up and just completely derails the whole podcast.
He will.
He's gonna
kind of what he does.
I do have a funny story I can tell about my grandson.
Are you sure you don't want to wait for Nick? Because he loves grandson stories.
Yeah, I know. That's why I figured I'd do it now. Grandson number 3, because I have a 4th one on the way. So
you number them? Do they know that?
Well, it's easier to keep track of them.
Getting up to 191 eventually.
Yeah. So no, we're not. Well, I did say I have put because the 6th grandkid is coming on. Was going to be here in May. I said that's it. Daddy daycare, Papa daycare will be closed. I go, you guys can have more, but I am not doing any more. I'm done after that because it's I'm old, and it don't take so much. Anyway, my grandson. Hayden, from my youngest daughter, he's pretty self-sufficient and going to the bathroom by himself, all that different stuff. He's a little over 3, and he's going. We have the little step thing. They go up to the bathroom. So he goes and does it himself. Pulls, does the whole thing. And all of a sudden, I hear, "Papa, come here." I go, "Oh, what did he do?" I'm thinking to myself, because he had crap everywhere. It's all over the wall.
Has he made a sculpture with the poop?
Yeah, which is cool because I'm all for art.
Uh-huh.
And he goes to me, goes, "Look, Papa, I have a big penis." I go,
Super.
Well, that's great. No, I have a big penis, Papa. And he just kept saying that. I go, "That's great." I go, "I don't want to see your penis." I go, and then he goes, "My dad has a really big penis." I go, "Okay, yeah." I go, "That's cool." And he goes, "But you have a small one." I go, "Dude." I go, "First, I go, you've never seen my penis. Second, I go, you don't talk about another man's penis. I go, that's not something you want to say out in public." I go, "Keep your mouth shut." You got
dick shamed by your grandkid?
This is a good opportunity, Jack, though, because you're like, look, dude, there's a time and a place, and you just don't go around swinging your dick around.
Exactly.
It's inappropriate. And by the way, there was a whole movement against this. We don't want your grandson to get Louis C.K'd here, okay?
Yeah, exactly. So I was like going, "Dude, man, no." And Miami Mike has put, poop art. I really got the kids going. I got them saying everything about poop. Poop this, poop that. They change songs now to poop. It's like, And so we're at McDonald's and we're ordering food. I'm trying to order some hamburgers and stuff, and he's in the back. Him and Ava are yelling in the back, going, "I want a poop hamburger! I want a poop hamburger!" And the guy's saying, "What?" I go, Nothing. I go, no. I go, "No, not now. It's funny. It's funny, except for now. It's not funny."
My grandpa has a small penis. Poop burgers for everyone.
So yeah,
that's some good stuff there.
Yeah,
that's some.
So I thought I'd share
good shit.
It was kind of embarrassing. I'm like, "Come on, dude."
I think you brought this on yourself, man.
I was in the pool.
I was in the pool. I was in the pool.
Miami Mike's bringing the thunder tonight. He should just be filling in for.
We should join us because I didn't get to talk to him on Sunday.
You guys usually do a football show, right?
Yeah, I had, and it's killing me right now, but I'm going to push through it. It's not as bad as it was.
Mike, he still has a headache, but guess who he's having sex with? By the way,
What? You'll
I don't know.
I don't know if I like COVID, Matt.
What's worse, COVID, Matt, or drunk and high, Matt?
I can guarantee you I am neither right now. Feeling like shit. But I have to say, though, I haven't really talked to anyone all day today. I've been isolated from my family. I feel very alone. And so I was like, okay, do I want to do this show? I feel like shit. But I at least get to talk to some people. And, you guys always cheer me up. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Here we are. Are you feeling any better? Are you feeling better? You probably have a larger Johnson than Jack does. So.
Jack's grandson stories have made me laugh, and that's the best medicine right now.
Again, you kind of hesitate putting that out there, but it was so funny.
Yeah.
And I go, and when I was telling we told his dad at Thanksgiving about the story, what
a Thanksgiving gift.
And his dad is kind of quiet anyway, as far as our family goes. Our family's kind of loud.
Yeah, the quiet type.
And I'm one of the quiet ones, believe it or not, in the family.
What?
Because you can't get a word in.
Oh, that makes sense.
But so he's kind of embarrassed when he goes, yeah, and he was saying how big your penis was. So there's that.
There is something endearing about the the inevitable comparison when the young kids, young boys compare their own junk to the ones that they see, i.e. their father, and it's a good little confidence booster. It's like, thanks, kid. All things are relative, friend.
Well, I can tell you right now. Alex, Jay's son, is probably already past his dad. So I just just.
Jeez, I did not know where this conversation. I thought we were going to talk about some TV shows or the holidays, but no.
So there's that.
That's RCAD. The D is for dicks.
I got a big penis, Papa. Is that the title of the episode?
No, it is definitely not the fucking title of the episode.
I feel like we're really I can't
crossing a line. Anyway,
yeah.
Speaking of Thanksgiving, though, I fried the turkey again this year, and it came out great.
Oh, nice.
Came out
because last year, just Thanksgiving, huh?
Because last year we bought the more expensive turkey that Wegmans said, this is the one you should get because that's bullshit. The one that they have at the White House, and it was like double the price.
Sure.
And I go, and it sucked. It was like, okay, we spent because the turkey, the oil itself is like $50 that you have to put into the fryer.
Oh.
And then the turkey was quadruple what the
really? How much you pay for your turkey? No, how much you pay for your turkey
this year?
Yeah,
I think the turkey was probably $44, and the oil.
Okay, yeah, that's about.
Yeah, last year it was like $80 something for the turkey.
See, now I heard about this turkey shortage, and every time I went to the grocery store, I was like, "There's plenty of fucking turkeys here. What goddamn turkey shortage are we talking about? Is this
some running around?
Is this created by the turkey industry?" Yeah, if we just say that there's a toilet paper shortage, see what happens. We could do this.
Well, they want to make sure everybody buys the turkey.
Yeah, they want to get.
It was also. I hate to make fucking turkeys be a political standpoint, but all that mass hysteria was happening alongside the elections, and once the elections are over, nobody was worried about their fucking turkey shortage anymore. I'm fucking serious.
That was the most important thing. When I went to the ballot box, I said, "Okay, got to make sure there's fucking turkeys." Because I guess you're Matt, you're old enough to remember when being called a turkey, like a jive turkey, was like the biggest insult you could be.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'd rather say someone say I have a small.
I mean, I do recall the Friday after school PSA about don't doing drugs with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the kid says, "I'm not a chicken, you're a turkey."
Yeah,
there you go.
Don't be a jive. If you watch the original Magnum PI, it's a jive turkey. So that was like Hill Street Blues. That was an insult.
I'm not a chicken. You're a turkey.
Huh.
So that was a major insult, but my turkey came out great.
Good.
Pat myself on the back. It was
like my wife did an amazing job with our turkey. This was it's good.
Oh, we can't have fun anymore.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
The funny thing about the turkey, though, is I had such a headache. And so he's like, I went to
Dude, this
CVS.
headache is serious. Like, I feel like
I know.
you really.
I went to CVS because I gotta get some. I was hoping not to go to CVS this year because every year I have to go get something.
Oh, I hate that.
And
That last minute, like
I go to get the medicine, and I go, where is the handle that you put the turkey in? You have to put a handle so you don't burn yourself. I go, where the fuck is this handle at? I'm looking all through the garage. I put the turkey in. I use pliers to put the turkey in, and so Colleen and Jay come over, and I go, yeah, I've been looking everywhere for the fucking handle. I go, I can't figure it out. I go,
it's right here, Dad.
No, about halfway through, I go, you know what? I bet you I left the fucking handle in the fryer.
Oh.
It was at the bottom, was this? So anyway, that's my Thanksgiving story.
Welcome, Nick.
Thanks, Chris. And Matt Treast is correct. I didn't Google it, but if I would have been here a half hour earlier, I probably would have looked up a Fleetwood Mac song.
Yeah. Christina McVie, 79.
79. She was older than I thought she was.
Agreed.
I was like, wow.
Not old, but older than I thought.
Yeah, older is what I mean. Like I was thinking she was 70, not 79. I was like, wow.
I knew she was 79 because she was when I was like 18. I knew she was in her 30s. So. That's how I kind of judge things now. It's like, what's that? The girl from Fame that died, Irene Cara.
Right.
I thought she was already dead.
I thought she was going to live forever.
I thought I felt bad because I thought she was already dead. I'm gonna make it.
It was right there.
It was my name.
It was right there.
Good job, COVID.
Thanks. Yeah. Got to get it every week just to be funny. Wow.
Chris, shouldn't you have a beard by now? Isn't it that time of year where
me?
Yeah,
I trimmed it. Yeah, I gave it a little Thanksgiving trim. But yeah, man, I'm cold, so I want it back.
Is it cold? Is it cold up north?
No, it's actually unseasonably warm right now. See, here, fucking New England, right? So like it'll be 10 degrees, and then 3 days later, it was nearly 60 today.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like warm in our house.
It's that lake effect.
I'm putting up the Christmas lights now. Of course, I got Cindy going, "You didn't have them done by this weekend?" She passive aggressively. I go, "Yeah." I go, "Yeah, I got it."
Oh, that's where your headache came from.
Well, yeah, but I didn't want to say that.
I got the lights up, and the trees lights are on it.
Yeah, you get the tree up.
So you haven't put the tree up yet?
No, we get like a live tree every year.
Oh, nice. Nice.
The original plan was to go get it today, but it was fucking pouring out, and my kids got a fever. So
yeah, we had a lot of rain this morning. It was raining pretty good.
Yeah,
my battery died, so my son-in-law he's a mechanic, so he came out. Jumped our car, got it started, drove into
fixes your place. Shit and has a bigger dick, man. You are just over two right now.
No, different son-in-law. We don't know about his
Nick. There's fucking context to that joke that you weren't here for. So me mocking Jack's little peen out of like nowhere.
Yeah.
There's no verification on how big his penis is because it's different.
Jack made me laugh so hard it cleared my sinuses.
Oh no!
So yeah, it was better than.
My grandson informed me I have a little penis, even though he hasn't seen it. So I was like, he has a big penis, and his dad has a really big penis. So there you go. Anyway, so it was great. It's pouring down rain. We just drove into a shop. He switched the battery, and we backed out.
Right reaction.
Hey, this is where we share what happens in our lives, and that's
yeah, that's.
I don't think I've ever had a conversation about someone else's penis, other than Michael Jackson's.
Oh, that dude of that.
What about Bill Clinton? Because Bill Clinton had a crooked penis, right?
Well, what about the guy sitting on the edge of the bed that we often?
Oh yeah,
do a text message. That guy's
You know what? I almost went and showed my grandson that to say, okay, here, your penis isn't that big. Look at this.
Yeah.
You don't want to scar him. I mean, but that'd be something like, is your dad's dick this big?
Pop, show me something scary.
Well, again, it's all everything's all relative, right?
Your penis isn't this big, then shut the fuck up.
Right.
I thought we were going to talk about TV shows.
Hold this while I whip this thing out.
But no.
Boom. I have a whole list of TV shows
that you watched.
Well, I watched 18. I started 1899.
That's good.
You guys seen that Netflix?
Yep.
I watched the
It's
first
a long
2
time
episodes. Yeah, and I have no fucking clue what's going on.
It's not as good as Dark.
Now, what is 1899 on? By the way,
Netflix.
Okay.
And it's it's some closed caption, some not. We put it on closed caption just because the British people, you can't understand them anyway. Yeah. So you put it on closed caption just so you can understand what they're saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like with Dark, which was 3 seasons, I never knew what the fuck was going on with Dark for 3 seasons, but it was so good. This one, I figured 1899. I figured it out about halfway through. I was like, oh, I get what's going on, and it's still a great show. And one of the best Easter eggs that I know, like Chris and Matt will appreciate, is that there's one scene, not even a scene, it's a sound effect that happens, I think, in the next to last episode. And it's the doors from Doom, the video game Doom.
Oh yeah.
Sound like it. I'm like, oh my god, they used a sound effect from Doom. It was so.
That's awesome.
Well, the problem is I started watching with Cindy, and she's kind of like, she doesn't like these kind of shows. And I said, I think it's a British show, but I knew it was
German.
I knew it was similar to Dark. Is it German? I didn't.
It's German. Yeah.
Well, the previews, there's a British person talking.
Yeah.
So it's
the redhead and a few people are British. Yeah.
It's from the same makers of Dark, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, so she's watching, she's, I don't know if I like this. So we've kind of stalled because she doesn't know if she wants to continue watching it. So I've kind of stalled on even though I've heard episode 3 is the best, really gets going.
Yeah, it gets going. Yeah, it gets going. Like first 2, you're not quite sure, but once it gets going around 3 or 4, once it gets going, you're like, okay, now.
Oh, it's fucking bizarre.
Yeah,
it's fucking out there. But I'm gonna finish it. I don't know if she's gonna finish it. We also start. Go ahead.
I mean, you'll figure it out. I figured it out pretty soon. What's the last thing you saw? Like, what's the last ending of episode 2? Do you remember?
The little girl's dead. Right.
Okay, so you have seen the little boy and then the guy in the black jacket then.
The little boy.
The little boy that's on board that came aboard.
Oh yeah. The guy kid that was supposedly on the
in
ship
the cabinet
all that time.
Yeah, in the cabinet. Yeah.
The fuck, Chris?
Because it's pretty evident with those 2 characters, like what's going on somewhere in the middle of the season, and then once you kind of get it, it all falls into place, and you're like, okay, I got it.
I did send a theory to Eckhart Rickner because he was talking about it. I said, okay, I haven't got, but I go, this is what I think it. Jesus Christ, this is worse than the fucking show. What's going on with Chris?
He went and then
So I have a theory, but I don't know if I'm right or not.
Gotcha.
Anyway, but we also started the Tulsa King. Okay, good take us. Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, I haven't heard of it.
HBO.
It's on. I thought it was on Paramount.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. It is Paramount.
That's why I've heard of it. I don't have Paramount.
Yeah, okay. I just recently got Paramount Plus, because, and this is a roundabout way of getting to it. On HBO Max, they have Ghosts, the UK version, which I got into Ghosts, binged that, loved it, and then
you like Ghost?
Yeah,
the British version.
I watched the British version, but then I was like, I really want to see the US version now, and so I went ahead and did Paramount Plus, and I like the US version, but you have to go into it just accepting that the premise is the same, but it,
I gotta watch the British version.
The characters that are in the ghosts are obviously different. So like you kind of like, I think with each show you kind of fall in love with the characters of the ghosts. Yeah. So
who's your favorite ghost?
That's tough. That's tough. Huh.
I like the Revolutionary War guy.
Oh, okay.
He's always bashing Hamilton.
Yeah. I like that he's like, oh goddamn Hamilton.
No. Oh, Hamilton, I was there.
Yeah.
You remember me? And they go, no. and the Cub Scout
yeah. I do like the fact that like they call there's a term being sucked off that is used
sucked
quite
off,
a bit.
Yeah. If you go to the next level, you get sucked off.
And I love the
which is heaven.
I love the I think it's Julian who's just like, just let me have this. Don't tell him what that means. Like he's just let me have this. And it's not a spoiler, but there's something different that happens to a ghost at some point where they're actually pulled down into hell, essentially.
Yeah.
And they say something about like going down.
Ah.
And so they keep the head reference going there, which was
now. What is everyone has like their own from their time period. They talk, they speak their. How come the Indian guy doesn't speak?
Right. Sure.
I mean, he's like died 500 years ago.
Right. I guess they don't really explain any of that. I mean, it's a TV show. You just have to go.
I know, but it always bothers me because even the Viking guy, Thor, he speaks Viking or something.
Yeah, but he speaks English though still, so we understand what he's saying.
But he talks like this.
Right. Sure. Anyway. They may have wanted to just kind of avoid
a commercial break.
Yeah, I know.
Stereotypes.
Or a commercial break? Is that what you
said? That was perfect. They said you're trying to avoid a commercial break. And
at this time, we're going to avoid a commercial break.
There you go.
Anyway.
So
John S. is there a British version of the RCAD. Yes, we talk about penises.
And baked goods.
Lots of cocks.
They call it cocks.
Cockney.
Blimey.
Anyway, but Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. We watched the first episode. It was interesting. It's kind of.
That's not a good send off, okay? Because that's like if you go on a date.
Can't wait to watch that one.
How was the date? Interesting. How is the turkey? Interesting.
Well, it basically the premise is he served 25 years in prison for a crime he didn't. Well, he's a murderer. He's a gangster, but he made sure he didn't cave in and he wasn't a rat. So they're sending him off to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he can make his money and stuff like that. And he goes into a marijuana shop where it's legal. And he goes, "I'll be your protection. I'll keep the cops away from you." He goes, and the guy goes, "It's a guy from what's that show? Silicon Valley, the smart ass one, the sarcastic one, long hair.
They're all smart.
I know, but the one guy he didn't like the one guy. He was anyway.
The dirty guy with glasses.
Yes, he goes.
Got it.
But it's legal. He goes, yeah, but I'll protect you. He goes, so anyway, that's the premise, and now he's getting a certain percentage because he's the mob, and and he's got to pay him for protection, even though there's nothing illegal about it.
Huh? Okay.
But that's the first episode. So it was okay. I know, Matt, it's not a ringing endorsement, but it was okay. It was hard to see Sylvester Stallone. You know him as Rocky. You know him as Rambo.
Just him as a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he's
or anti-hero, if you will.
Anti-hero, I guess. Yeah. But we'll keep watching it. We just, we thought we were going to be able to binge it, but no, it was once a week type thing.
Oh, sure.
So I've gotten back into one of the worst television shows ever, but I absolutely love it. I'm back on the plane with my 828ers on Manifest, about halfway through the final season of the show, and holy shit, that is such a terrible show. It's so fucking bad, but like yeah, the acting on that show alone is like it should get a Razzie. Like it's just not good. And they introduced like an older version of an older in age version of a character from prior seasons.
Yeah.
And it's just completely fucking like what? Like There's no continuity whatsoever.
They're just making up as they go along.
Totally making shit up as they go. But I'm invested, man. Like I'm not leaving. Like I'm this far.
Well, that's how
it's kind of like watching Smallville. Like I watched Smallville for so many years, and I was so invested in watching the end of that fucking show just die a terrible death. And that's kind of where I'm at right now with Matt.
Well, that's how I feel about LeBray. I don't know if you're caught up, Matt, or not. But the last episode, I literally stopped about halfway through. I said, "Okay, I can't do this."
I don't think I'm caught. Yeah, I don't think I'm caught up.
Because they were off for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a new episode, so I'm watching. I go, all right, this is just completely fucking stupid.
Yeah,
and I could say that about every episode.
I'm more excited about Quantum Leap coming back than
I didn't start that yet.
I'm still on episode. I've only done 4 episodes so far.
Oh, okay.
That's on Paramount, right?
That's on Peacock.
Or Peacock.
That's an NBC show.
That's on the penis.
That's on Jack's favorite network, the old Peacock.
Matt Treese mentions the Beavis and Butthead movie is on Paramount Plus, and I was meaning to check that out as I've been sick and just binging stuff.
Shut up, Beavis.
But the one thing that I did find on Paramount Plus that I just have to give a shout out to is they have all the Star Trek shows. So I decided to try Picard, and wow, like with the first episode, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm down. So I've been meaning
to watch that.
So I've been enjoying Picard, and I feel like it's a show that I didn't really need. Like I've seen, obviously, like Next Gen. So but you don't have to know everything. You know, it's like it's still. It's not like
would Nick like it?
Probably
I don't know. I don't know if he'd like it, but I enjoyed it, and I also enjoyed the cartoon Lower Decks, which is a Star Trek kind of, it's just a fun, lighthearted, like sci-fi cartoon, and again another show that I just picked up and started binging as I'm sitting around doing nothing, for the next day.
Yeah. And nobody will talk to you.
Or 3. Yeah.
Which is probably normal, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's kind of cruel because I can hear my daughter.
They're all having fun.
My daughter has a very infectious and like loud laugh, and so they've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So I'll hear her just riotly laughing upstairs, and I'm just down here like sad.
Are you at the vent going? Why are you? Is it?
What?
Are you having fun?
What are you?
Fun?
What episode are you on? What did you find funny?
Get a Nest camera.
Right.
You can put it on them, and it has sound.
I could probably just start the same episode that they're watching in the basement.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, and you can watch along with them.
You can do FaceTime watching. Through Apple TV.
Oh.
It'll allow you to sync up the show while you're FaceTiming.
What's Rouge Heroes? You mean Rogue?
Rouge Heroes. 6
Rogue
episodes.
Heroes. It does that all the time when you try to type in Rogue.
Jim Watari says, so it's an
Epics.
Epics.
Epics. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't have Epics. So. Basically, it's a story about how special forces were created in World War II.
Cool.
Nice.
I'll write it down.
Epics.
See if I can get it about it.
I remember when Epics came out. That was like a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I did finish Mad Men, and
your rewatch.
I was almost bummed that my rewatch. I bummed that it's a show I keep telling Chris he should watch. It's that good. And we're talking about how Peggy, her thing.
Yeah.
The whole time I go, maybe we should talk about Sally Draper. Which I mean, I'm sure she's been married like 6 times. She's probably an alcohol. I mean, this is just I just jotted down a few things. She saw Roger getting a BJ.
Yeah.
Right.
No, there's no way in hell she did not become a stripper.
No,
I don't know. You don't know.
Her dad slept with. She caught her dad.
She definitely had daddy issues for sure.
I'm saying
her mom had the hots for Creepy Glenn.
The show about the Glow is about her. That's her later life.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Because I remember when I was watching, because I forgot about a lot of stuff. I go, and then she got caught masturbating at a girl's, overnight.
Who hasn't?
Party.
Who has?
I mean,
But and her mom was nuts. I forgot the ending with her mom. I forgot all about that. I said, "Oh, yeah." So yeah, if you haven't seen Mad Men, I cannot recommend it enough. It's that, even though season 7's kind of, and I almost think it's a dream that Don Draper doesn't really exist. It's his alter. It's his what's his Dick.
A lot of dicks in this episode, dude. You are just all over the dick today.
Penis. What's his name? Dick.
Dick Sargent. Dick York.
No. Dick
York.
Dick Ham.
No, not Dick Ham. What's his name? His original name of the character is Dick. Come on, Matt Treese, where are you?
I should know this, but I'm gonna blame it on COVID brain for being like
Dick
Butt Kiss.
Nice.
Dick Draper. Dick Ham.
No.
Dick John.
Dick.
John Dick.
Come
John
on,
Dick
Matt Treese, did you leave us? Jesus.
I think you did.
Give you one fucking job to do, and I've drawn a blank.
You could do this, Jack. You could just Google it.
Dick Whitman. Thank you, Matt. So I think it's Dick Whitman's dream because Draper becomes a ladies' man. He's a good-looking guy. You look at young Draper, young Whitman. He's not a good-looking kid. He's got that bowl haircut. He doesn't have a lot going for him.
I liked the theory that
small here. Miami Mike, small dick.
That's
grandpa.
A show title. That's a show title. We can use that one.
SDG.
Who is this new person here in the chat?
Miami Mike.
Miami Mike.
Is Miami Mike Mick 99.5?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, speaking of concerts, I just bought tickets today to see Metallica.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they're limited tour. It's not that many places.
It's a 2-year tour.
Is it? Okay.
Which is wild.
Well, you know what happened? Like Gillian Gonzalez, it was 3 hours.
I know. And they're doing 2 shows at each venue, at least for a significant portion of the tour. So they're doing like no repeat weekends, which is kind of cool. So I bought tickets today, and they're only selling 2-day passes or 2-day tickets. I'm not going to both, but I might try and just get a single ticket to one of the shows and sell the ones I got today, maybe down the road. But I'm excited. It's not until 2024, however.
Oh,
yeah. Because I think
the world might not even be here in 2020.
Well, I think all next year, I think they're touring like Europe and Asia and shit, and then they come back to the States. It's
crazy to me because Metallica was a band when we were kids, and I always think of them as like that's the band that I grew up listening to.
Don't lump us all together. It was not a band when I was a kid.
Okay, me and Chris were when we were kids, and you and Matt were like in your 20s. Okay. But like now that I'm thinking about it, because like in my mind they're still like young, but it's like shit, they're in their 60s. Old as fuck. Like I'm like, damn.
Yeah. John, they're not going to be around much more.
Bought tickets to the Young and the Restless. That is YNT.
That's it. YNT. Young and the Restless in April. It's a live tour.
Nice.
So,
I'm curious what a YNT is.
I know what the T is. It's the guy sitting on the edge of the couch.
So wait, Miami Mike has 2 accounts. Is that what
Mike?
I mean,
yeah.
It's like you got like and the same
shady.
logo
in case he gets blocked.
That's shady.
Yeah. Ooh.
Matt Case, November 3rd and 5th in St. Louis. I don't know.
Oh, nice. That's probably Metallica.
Oh, Metallica. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I
so I got tickets. There, Pantera's opening up for him at this concert. Obviously, not full Pantera.
Nice car.
Fair. And then
one of our neighbors used to have a guy down the street had a Pantera when I was a kid, so I will always remember that.
I'm excited. It's gonna be. It should be a wild show. I've always wanted to go to a Metallica concert. I've never been to one.
Are you gonna be stoned when you're watching it?
Yeah.
I'm not a big Metallica fan, so I might be a bigger fan of I might be a bigger fan of YNT.
What is YNT?
Yacht rock.
YNT were hard rock before there was hard rock.
Young and was it?
You got to go back really far.
Come on, John. I couldn't remember Whitman. How am I going to remember YNT? YNT. Young.
A YNT is actually a fucking band.
Oh, that's the name?
Yeah. Y&T is an American hard rock heavy metal band formed in 1972 in Oakland, California.
Oh.
With a lineup that would have recorded their first album, cementing in 1974.
Yesterday and today. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
I thought it was young and thick.
Yeah. Like a penis.
Like Jackson Graham.
No,
Yeah,
that's you, man.
That's you.
And now we got to take a commercial. For fuck's sakes.
I do not. Now that you say yesterday and today, I do remember the name yesterday and today. But I'm getting to that age where fuck it.
Okay.
I can't remember anything.
You're like, cancel me.
Go ahead, cancel me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And I did watch another show on Hulu. It was that one show where the men who paved America. Was that show where the like Davy Crockett and those guys?
Yeah.
I watched the show Men Who Built America.
Yep.
And they have like experts, and it's funny.
It's very good. It's a very good series.
Yeah, it must have been filmed a while ago because Donald Trump is on there.
I think 10 years ago.
And you're listening to him talk, and you're like, okay, what happened to that guy? What happened to that guy, and what happened? Okay, what did he become? Because when he's talking about these guys, you're like going, okay, he's coherent. He's making sense. He's
sun tanning beds will really fuck you up. You know
I guess so, but what I'm saying is he's speaking. He's speaking. And you're like, going, yeah, that's a guy I'd vote for. Then you had the guy that was like criticizing, making fun of everybody, and like, okay, what
having
happened?
Dinner with,
exactly. I mean, what happened to? I don't know. But I enjoy. But the only thing I'm drawing a blank on is Carnegie, because they would call him, was it? Because it's Carnegie Hall, because he's the one that built Carnegie Hall. But a lot of them call him Carnegie. A lot of the experts, I go, okay. All right, what is it, Carnegie or Carnegie? The guy doing the narrator was calling Carnegie. Half the time he called himself Carnegie, but then sometimes he called himself Carnegie. Does anybody know what? I tried finding it.
No idea.
I don't know, but we pronounce Vice President Cheney as Cheney, and it's not Cheney.
Cheney.
So
Shenaney.
Falls down a well, the eyes go across, gets kicked by a mule.
But and then I loved how they had Rockefeller on. Because Rockefeller made his money. He was kind of a dick. And they have his great grandson, John D. Rockefeller, who was a senator, going, we couldn't really approve of how he made his money, but you
from selling dick pics.
He's kind of bashing how his great grandfather made his money.
Yeah, but he's right? Meanwhile he's jumping in the money bin like Scrooge.
Yeah, he's not turning the money going. No. All right, I'll keep the money.
Let me give it all back.
Yeah. So anyway, shut the fuck up, John D. Rockefeller. I know you're probably dead, but
I mean, how do you think John Adams had money?
Dick.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you think John Adams had so much money? I mean, Abigail was doing double shifts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think John Adams had a lot of money, though, did he?
Bet you had a Lady
Abigail had it all. She knew that, yeah.
Okay, now, hypothetically, you have a TV show called Ghosts, and John Adams is on there. Does he get sucked off?
I mean, Abigail.
Yeah.
Sorry,
probably.
I really enjoyed the show Ghosts, by the way. So both versions. So it doesn't matter.
You probably like it because the guy's a lot like you.
Which guy?
The main guy. The
not the one getting sucked off.
No,
Jay.
Jay, yeah. He's a lot. He's a lot like Jay, my son. He's a lot like you. He's. I mean, I don't want to say it. Don't make me say it.
I won't.
He's a geek.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But he is.
Sure.
Right. So fucking rude, Jack.
I do like him as and like
he collects toys. Yeah. He's into stupid.
What kind of toys?
Oh, John says yes by the ghost of Nancy Reagan.
Yes.
You know what's kind of wild?
Ronnie, how many ghosts have done?
Yeah.
Like I was watching the
because they can have sex.
CNN has got a series like it covers like the decades, right? So I was watching the 80s, and they do like a multi-episode series about the 80s, and a lot of is focused on obviously Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan, and it, like that's like the first my first president, really.
What network is this?
CNN.
CNN. Okay, I've seen this. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so like, my first recollection of the president of the United States is Ronald Reagan, right?
Yeah,
so he
sure,
was.
I saw him.
Yeah.
So
you did
stop. I saw him on
really?
the whistle stop tour in '84.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I saw him too where I worked.
And what's interesting is that like I didn't realize this until now, and I think that I have like such a reverence for Ronald Reagan. I don't necessarily agree with his political points were, but I have this reverence for Ronald Reagan.
He can take a bullet.
Sure. Because I realized that he and what's her name, Nancy, completely look like my grandparents.
Oh yeah.
like my grandfather looks like fucking Ronald Reagan. Like he did. And when you put them together, they had the same exact fucking look. Chris got turned on by watching the 80s. What? Weird.
Because it was Nancy Reagan.
Oh,
Miami Mike points out that John Adams' peak net worth today dollars would be $21.3 million.
Not too shabby.
So I was thinking Truman, because Truman wasn't he wasn't a rich guy. He killed a lot of people, but he wasn't really a rich guy.
No, he was a failure at everything he did until he got into politics. Yeah.
Well, because the mob helped him out.
Yeah, they helped him get into politics. Yeah, exactly. But he's got a really interesting.
George Washington was worth $587 million. Well, we know how he did that.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he owned all that land.
Yeah.
He owned people.
Miami Mike's on a.
He's on a tear.
Yeah.
My first president that I can remember is probably Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Keep it with the penis.
Fucking Jack and the Dicks today. Jack and the Dick stock. And I'm
Johnson
sorry
to the tricky dick.
Actually, probably to be honest with you, it probably is tricky dick. It was because Johnson was like Johnson. I was like 5 or 6 when Johnson was president.
Right.
But Kennedy.
Nixon would have been your first memory of a president.
Yeah,
well, he was
68.
He was 8. He was 8 when he came into office.
68. No, he came in office 68, right? 69.
Well, he was elected in 68, which don't take office till 69.
So I was 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, tricky because I know my mom hated him, and my dad liked him. So because my mom was, Democrat. My mom was a Kennedy Democrat. My dad's just a Republican, or he was.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember that because my dad was ever. You don't know it because he wouldn't tell you who he voted for because he said you're not supposed to tell people who you voted for. But you can tell by, Anyway, yeah. So Tricky Dick was my first president that I can remember.
Interesting.
I don't remember Kennedy back and to the left, but I do know, and Johnson. So yeah, Kennedy was my first. He was my first, not Kennedy, but Nixon. First? My first.
Dick.
Yeah. So everyone mentioned what they were watching. It's something I watched really quickly the other day. It was a 4-part documentary on Netflix, and he makes recommendations of stuff that you. Okay.
With all of his the figures he's popping out for Netflix.
Where did Matt go?
He just said, "Fuck it, I'm gone." Yeah.
Nixon net worth $17.2 million.
Nothing compared to.
He should have gotten in the tape recording business. Anyway,
could have sold them for millions. Anyway, so Netflix makes recommendations based on the shit that you watched, and it made a recommendation for a show called Pepsi. Where's my airplane? Or where's my?
Oh, I started.
Dude, I saw the trailer.
Yeah, where's my jet? Where's my jet? Yeah, and
I started watching that.
Yeah, and it especially for a 13-year-old kid when that commercial came out, I totally believe that you could acquire that jet. And that was the whole point of this kid who was 20 years old at the time came up with the business model.
Those are Cheez-Its, by the way. I can tell from the backside of that passage.
Yeah, I can tell.
God.
Nailed it.
He came up with the business model to get the points, to get that jet. And then when he submitted it, Pepsi didn't take him seriously. They just were like, ha, 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 good for you on you, and then it proceeded for like 6 years of lawsuits. And it was an interesting
I need to watch that.
Yeah, I need to finish because I was watching it. My wife goes, "Do you have to watch this? It's so loud." I go, "I guess not."
I mean, the first episode and the last one are the best too. I kind of fast forward over a couple of them.
Yeah, it reminded me of that documentary they did on the Price is Right guy. You ever see that?
Yes.
Where the guy he's in it, but like I can't remember the name of it, but the guy like kind of figured out like the whole metrics, the system of
the prices of all the stuff that would go up. Like he had a system.
He knew it down to like a penny.
Yeah, he could nail everything.
Yeah. But I wanted to watch that. I remember that commercial. See, this is what's interesting, right? About generational.
I remember it too.
Like the news. I absolutely remember that commercial. But what's wild to me is that like there are so many series of events that like happened that I had no idea about growing up and as a kid or whatever. Unlike today, where the news is in everyone's face or in everyone's hands at all times, right? Like were that to happen today, that would have been huge news.
Oh yeah. What are you doing, Jack?
You said it's in your hand, so it's a penis episode.
I'm just cupping the balls for you, bud.
Thank you. Well, I'm a little older. You got to go down a little lower.
It's I was thinking about though. It's just so weird. Like that news. How does news get big back in the day? Like that would never be covered. Like that would never be like a trial would never be covered to whatever.
Because back then you only had you didn't have 24-hour news. You had ABC, NBC, CBS, and
then baby Jessica falling down a well because the entire fucking world knew about that when it
happened. Yeah, because that was you're thinking, oh my god, how? And in fact later on the policeman that's I guess the firefighter killed himself for some reason. But yeah, that was you would have those things. You would have the and you have Nightline would do because Nightline started with the Iran hostage situation. Right. That's what because they started doing a thing where every night they'd give you an update of what was going on with the hostages, and and then so it became a regular show.
So in that 80s documentary show, I learned, I didn't know this, that Jimmy Carter essentially got those hostages released, or at least his administration did. But they wouldn't allow it to actually transpire until after Reagan was sworn into office. So they didn't want to give Carter like a kudos. I was like, damn, fucking brutal.
Yeah. They didn't like the peanut guy.
Nope.
Didn't like the peanut. Because I remember I one of the hostages, I used to kind of hung out with his son. His son used to, and he goes, no, I don't want. He goes, I don't want them to attack. I don't want to, because we're like going, why aren't we fucking attacking? Why don't we, that's the attitude back then was like, we have the huge military. Let's go in there and just, and Carter tried, and it was a disaster. But anyway,
hey, we beat Iran 1-0. Go USA.
USA.
Go USA. USA. For those that aren't watching World Cup, but that's all I've been watching. So.
Did you see the press conference? And I don't know the player's name. I apologize, but it's a member of the U.S. men's team. He's a black guy, and he was being questioned by a reporter from Iran. From one of the reporters from Iran, and it was something. He goes, "How do you feel about representing a team that has such a terrible, when your country has such a terrible history of violence towards African American men, blah blah blah." And I'll tell you right now, like, you should go and watch that news clip, because his ability, probably, I don't know if he prepared an answer or expected to be asked a question like that, but his ability to on the spot answer the question in the way that he did with the grace that he had, it was fucking impressive. Because they're trying to get on him, because apparently in a prior news conference he pronounced Iran incorrectly, so he got roasted for that as the first half of the question, and then they doubled back and gave him that question about race in the United States.
Yeah, I'm not going to offend the America on their human rights and stuff like that, but I don't think Iran should be.
Yeah, right.
The leader on how you treat people.
Back.
Dude,
so
no doubt.
I personally would have said, why don't you just shut the fuck up because your country's.
But see, the way that the men's team handled themselves in that match and like through it,
Right.
I just like hats off to them because they handled themselves very professionally. They didn't, that game could have been really chippy and like it could have been a lot worse, and in a show that we've talked a lot about penises, like Pulisic putting it all out there. I mean, dude, if you watch the goal he makes, God, that guy got it in the groin so bad. So bad.
Now, I didn't see that. I was busy for that game, but I was watching the game against England.
Yep.
And there's time was running out. We got a free kick.
Mm.
And the guy he passes it to the side. I'm like, we only had like 30 seconds because it was the overtime,
Sure.
Extra time. I go, why don't you kick it towards the fucking goal? Why do you kick it? I mean,
because the idea is to go from there to get across.
Yeah, but you only had so much time.
Yeah,
so I'm saying
in the stoppage, usually what they'll do is like they allow you to do the set piece, and then once the ball changes possession, then they'll blow.
I get that, but it's just like I go. That was I'm not an expert. I go, but that was just because anything you kick that ball into the crowd, it could be headed into the net. It means in a tie with England. I said that personally, I said that was a stupid fucking play. I called him out. I said it was dumb. I didn't like it.
Fair, fine, whatever.
So
I was happy. I would have been great if they had gotten a goal on that England game, but I'm glad.
I'm here to win it. I'm not here for fucking ties.
Yeah, but
as Miami Mike said,
did you see how
Tyler
England handled?
Is his name?
Did you see how England handled the rest of the games in the group? They scored on the rest of the teams in that group, and the fact that we didn't let up a goal to them is impressive.
I get it.
We're on to Netherlands now.
I'll be honest with you. The first like 5 minutes I'm watching it, I thought the Americans were wearing the white jerseys. I go.
That's a good looking taco, Nick.
I go. I've been rooting. Oh, is that a Jack in the Box taco?
Yeah,
he's been showing them off. Yeah,
is it?
Yeah, I assumed he.
Oh my
was.
God, that's a good looking taco.
But yeah,
I figured with all the dicks around here, we should have a taco.
You didn't know.
Anyway, so yeah, I like I said, I'm not an expert on soccer, but to me, always because it always pisses me off when the person takes that one extra step. It's like in hockey where someone takes that one extra, any shot is better than no shot.
I'm sorry, I was distracted by the tacos. Are you talking about the last seconds of the game against England?
Yeah.
Yes.
I almost fucking punched the television. I was like, "What are you doing? Like, how do you not at least, to your point, Jack, like take a half field shot, take a quarter field shot? You have to put the ball on the net.
Yeah, anything can happen. You're not gonna get scored on.
Yeah, I was pissed about that.
Shoot, I go, that was just fucking.
Yeah, it was physically impossible for England to have an attempt to even try to score on that play.
No,
yeah.
I understand Matt knows more about soccer than me, but I just thought it was stupid.
I think it's one play out of 100. So.
You know what? And that one play could cost you the world.
They could have a lot better opportunities that they missed on that England game. But
no doubt,
this is the end. I mean,
if you watch the Iran game, it was pretty intense at how much they came at them in that second half, and that second half just lasted forever. There was actually a goal at the end of the first half in that Iran game, which they never did the replay that he was offsides, but he was off by an inch. Like, it was so close, but they never did that. Like, well, we've got computer technology to discover this. And they've shown the computer technology in other games because, trust me, I've watched a lot of the games. And they never went back to that play. And I'm like, you fuckers. Because that second goal, that would have been the nail in the coffin for Iran. They would have never.
You're saying someone's on the take.
No, I just think that they should have showed the replay, shown us how it was off, because they just kept pushing it on.
I saw
How about Matt Turner though? Clean slate so far for his World Cup career.
Yeah,
and he was our former goalie of the New England Revolution.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna be a revolution.
There's a lot of MLS players even in other countries that are playing.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's what happens. They got they come to America.
France, Spain, Portugal, they all look like beasts right now. So there's no way getting past them. So
Brazil,
it's called Patron.
And Brazil, but I don't know. It's fun because we're in the knockout stage now, so anything can happen.
So the World Cup will be here in 4 years.
4 years. Yep.
So they're playing.
I think we talked about this last.
They're playing in North
time
America.
We recorded.
Yeah, and
because I joked about knocking on your door.
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna try and rent out my house.
Really?
No, I'm 100%. Like I live 15 minutes from Gillette Stadium. I've already got it's already kind of a buzz.
Would you be okay with that though? Like, what if people stole some of your shit?
I'll take my shit out, put it in storage, just leave my house bad.
So you'd be charging a lot then. Okay.
Fuck yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, look at any type of like properties around like the Super Bowl, World Series.
So you're a profiteer.
Yes. Jack, you asked if I was going to see Metallica while high, and then you're saying, "Are you asking if I'm a profiteer?" Like those are easy.
Okay, questions. Rockefeller, I got you. But Rockefeller.
Like, dude, if I could rent my house out for $20,000 for the month, I'm gonna do it.
I'm all for it.
I guarantee you, there's probably gonna be news crews and like production companies,
Morgan.
Places to stay.
We'd considered it with the solar eclipse that's coming in a couple of years. We really considered like, oh, should we do this, because we're in a path of complete totality. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do it. That's awesome.
4 minutes and 22 seconds. But there's also something beautiful about just being here, and just experiencing it.
I live in Raleigh. Nothing's happening, so I can't rent out.
But we do have friends that live just right close by, and we've thought like, well, we could just stay there.
Yeah.
So
as
Mike says, it would pay for so many concerts.
It would. And chewies, gummies.
Yeah. The only thing is, the only downside is, it's not necessarily a downside. It's just that the games are so spread out in North America. Like I think it's only a select few games are going to be held at Gillette, going all the way from like I believe Canada.
Don't you worry, because I've seen some scenes where the teams that have lost, how those fans reacted, how they destroy and they riot and they just lose it and go crazy.
They'll get right in then.
Yeah, of course, with
knock out old dudes.
Fans. Yeah, exactly. Right. Old guys with glasses. But when you worry about someone ruining your house, I mean, that's what...
I'm far enough away where it wouldn't have like.
No, I'm saying the people that are at your house say they're from say Brazil. I'm just throwing it out there. Nothing.
Oh, you're just going to throw Brazil under the bus,
and their team loses, and they just go and they get so pissed off, they're so drunk that they just destroy your house.
Yeah,
we
actually
most
have
people traveling would not be
huge
doing
Brazilian population in this area. Like, when I went to school in Framingham.
Wait, Framingham? That's a real city.
Not to be confused with Farmingham.
It's actually the largest town in America. Just
Framingham? Really?
Yeah, look it up.
No,
because it's framed out.
Anyway,
really? That's the name they came up with, Framingham.
Sure. So, anyways, I used to live in Framingham. Jack is such an ass sometimes. Like what?
Come on! You're thinking. You go, okay. I live in Framingham.
Like the Framingham Heart Study. You ever heard of the Framingham Heart Study?
No.
It's like the longest running heart study in the history of the world.
I don't have a heart, so I don't care.
Research center. Anyways,
is Nick's? Oh, okay. I thought Nick was just frozen.
Anyways, the point I was trying to fucking make is that there's so many Brazilian folks around here. I was living in downtown. Who wouldn't want to live in
Framingham?
Fuck's sake. I was living in downtown Framingham when they won the World Cup in 2000 or 2002. I forgot what it was.
With Pele?
No. But it was wild. Like the parties in the streets were amazing. It was pretty fantastic.
took a long while to get that out.
Sure did.
I thought you were making it up. I've never heard of Framingham. Framingham. I'm sorry. I live in Henningham. If that makes sense.
It's right next to John Ham. I had this idea for an RCAD like verses that we could do.
Okay.
Yeah, and we could.
What's the stupidest name city?
What's the stupidest fucking name city?
It was settled in 1700. It's one of the oldest towns too.
But who am I to argue with that?
Yeah. We can think about
nobody, Jack. Fucking nobody.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's just like an idea. So.
Continue, Matt.
Thanks. I will. So I know we've done a lot. We've done holiday movies, holiday TV shows, holiday songs. We've done worst song. We've done just about everything. Okay. But then I was thinking, what about what if we had recent classics or recent movies that we think, because we always we have our classics that are older.
Lifetime Network,
but kind of more within the last 5-10 years. What would you say? It's movie or
for a holiday movie?
Yeah, like a holiday movie. Because I was thinking about this the other day, because there was one that came to mind for me, that there's something that happens. It was just some random scene in this holiday movie, and it was just some random scene in this movie, but it just was so true to life that I was just like, oh yeah, and I was thinking about it, and I even joked with my family. I was just like, this what puts it.
Did you joke to your family through the vent?
No, this was when we were driving in the car and I didn't have COVID. Okay. I just got this COVID.
Farmington meetup in 2026.
There you go.
It's Framingham, not Farmington. Farmington is also a place.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. They do a lot of stuff there. Anyway.
So, we
don't have to do it right now.
No. But serious question. So, how many how many good holiday movies have been made in the last 10 years?
I was saying not many.
I don't know if I'm saying 10 years or 5 years. We can move that around.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my head. I'm not being a dick about that. Not like Farmington. But I'm saying.
Well, you don't have to say modern classic. I'm not saying a classic. Just a favorite of recent. It was kind of more just a thinking in terms of, and that's why
I honestly cannot think of any good.
That's why I was gonna just give us a week, and then we can kind of think about it.
Give me a month.
I mean,
you can go back a little bit to Elf, right? So that's 20 years?
At least 20, yeah.
At least 20, yeah.
I took my wife to a date. We were dating to see Elf.
No, I took my wife to see Love Actually, which is 20 years.
That's over 20 years. That's 2000.
Yeah.
2000. No, because we weren't dating in 2000.
I took my wife to Miracle on 34th
2003.
2003. Okay. The Holiday. That's a pretty good one.
Holiday.
The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet. And...
Last Holiday was a good one too with
I don't think I ever saw it.
Fucking Polar Express. That's 20 years too, isn't it?
Yeah. See, Matt Treese. Boom, 2003.
I was going to nominate Krampus.
There's one coming out this Friday. Fucking, it looks awesome.
With the guy from Stranger Things.
Yes.
Violent Night.
Yes.
Violent Night. Yeah, I'm going to go see that.
Yeah, I want to see that. Yes.
Yeah, there's a
John Is that? Wait, is that? Are you telling the truth? Because it felt like
Framingham, 57.4% Brazilian.
That's wild.
I just feel like
it always felt that way.
So good coffee.
Good,
right?
Really good coffee there.
Really good coffee. No Starbucks, man.
I love Brazilians. They're fantastic.
I love their hairstyles.
They are the fucking hardest working sons of bitches I've ever met in my life.
Sons of bitches, and he says it's yes, that is true.
That's awesome. Yeah. And their food is fantastic. It's me Brazilian restaurants. Oh, you ever been to a Brazilian buffet?
I've not. No.
Oh, I don't. So you go there, you sit down, and you have like a counter, a red or a green go, stop, red stop, and it's just they bring out fucking meat That's all they do. Like on swords, they'll have stacks of meat and like steaks and
What
stuff.
are the
They
wait,
onto your plate.
They're bringing the meat out in swords. You got to be careful if you don't like if you can't.
There's
really
a stoplight involved.
You never been to like Foco de Chao or
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. Foco de Chao.
Foco de Chao.
No.
The mayor is Charlie Sisiski.
Really? No, he's not. That's crazy.
Charlie
His
Sisiski.
brother's a lawyer.
Oh, really?
So
you know the guy.
Yeah.
Well,
you know of the guy.
I know of the guy. Yeah, I should say. Huh. Fun. I haven't lived there in 18 years, so it's been a while. They actually, they filmed. What was that movie? Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. They filmed the bank. The bank that he robs was actually the.
He works at
in Framingham, or he works at
Free Guy.
Free Guy.
Yeah, that's in downtown Framingham.
Free Guy.
It's on Disney Plus.
Free Guy.
It might also be on like Hulu or another streaming channel too, because they shop it out.
He says 8,454 Brazilians. You said it was the largest community. How could that be?
The largest town.
Our show is this boring that our listeners just Google random facts about the fucking things we talk about.
Yeah, I guess we can't get them right.
By the way, last holiday,
largest U.S. Brazilian population is down here in Florida.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
I just wanted to Queen Latifah. That's who I was trying to think of. She was in last holiday. That's good.
Oh yeah,
Queen Latifah. She's in the movie. She's in that show. It's a remake, right?
I'm not a bitch. I'm a hoe.
Don't know. But that movie's from 2006.
I've never seen it, but it's. I saw the original. The Meddler. I don't know. I can't remember the name of the show. Fuck it. You might as well watch Manifest.
Did you guys catch the A Christmas Story Christmas? Have you guys watched that yet?
Oh no. Yeah,
What?
Yet. I kind of wanted to do it.
Thank you, Matt. Equalizer. Yes.
It has some funny parts.
Wait, what's it called?
A Christmas Story Christmas.
So it's about the original Christmas story?
It's the original. It's the closest that we're gonna get to a sequel to it. You know, because it's got the same actor. It's got a lot of the same. Yeah. All of the kids.
But is Ralphie an adult?
Yeah, he's an adult.
Yeah, all of the kids.
They kept him the same age. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. The kid hasn't made a movie since that movie, right?
Well, actually, he was an elf.
Yeah, he's an elf.
Yeah.
Oh, is he an elf?
All of the kids in the movie are grown up. So you see all of them.
Even the porn kid?
The porn kid? What?
Yeah, the kid that gets his tongue stuck to the
How is that
pipe?
Porn?
He went on to become a porn star after that when he grew up.
Oh, well, yeah.
Once again, he's back to the dicks again.
He was in the movie with he was in the movie with Richard Pryor where his name was Bates, but he was called Master Bates. where Richard Pryor had to take care of him. Jack Gleason was
the toy.
Are you talking about Downton Abbey?
The toy, yes.
Master Bates from Downton Abbey?
No,
okay.
no.
All right, I'm confused. Anyway,
side note: Framingham had like 78,000 people in it, so the math was wrong there somewhere. Back to you.
Okay.
I started to watch that new Christmas movie with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds.
Spirited.
Oh, Spiritual.
But as soon as I heard it's a fucking musical, I went, nope.
Musical.
They even make fun of the fact that they're doing a musical.
I know, but I can't do it. I just can't.
You guys are just Scrooges. Whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna watch it, but now that you said it's a musical, fuck it.
I liked it.
I'm out. Can he even sing?
It was good. I liked the movie.
Was it great?
I liked the movie.
Was it great?
Would that be your vote for recent?
It wouldn't be my vote for recent because it just came out, but
pretty recent.
I mean that's pretty much defines recent.
No, you guys are fucking assholes.
Look, I haven't even seen.
I'm not saying
I'd vote for it.
That's honestly, Spirited is likely the most recent holiday movie.
It is.
Wait,
and
can Miami Mike look up?
They both came out at the same time.
Miami Mike, can you look up the definition of recent for us? and post it.
Google
Okay.
it for us.
For the person that wasn't fucking listening, A Christmas Story Christmas also came out the same time Spiritualized came out. So,
By the way, it's
they're
spirited.
most
Spirited.
It's not
spiritualized.
spiritualized.
He doesn't even remember the title of the movie he's
I don't-
defending.
Spoken like a true Hoosier.
I'm not okay. It's
What?
you guys gave up on the fucking shit because you didn't.
Yo,
you're
COVID.
Scrooges
So
and you
We've
don't
been
like
talking
musicals.
about it the
But
whole time. Yeah.
I
What-
liked
what
it.
cha-
Why are
what
you
channel-
so angry?
What
You don't know
channel-
me with COVID
It's the holidays, Matt. You should be like happy.
because
You're
He's
can't
like
get
fucking-
a word
he's like
edgewise.
fucking-
You can't get a word
He's like
edgewise
fucking
on
Rambo.
things.
He's like fucking
Angry
Rambo
little
with COVID.
And
No, Matt, what network is the Christmas Story thing on?
you can watch it on HBO Max.
HBO Max. Thank you.
And
I will give
Spirited
that a
you can
try.
watch on Apple Plus if you have that.
It's happy.
And
I'm not watching no musical.
okay, well, you're
I'm
lost.
sorry. I'm not good.
I thought it was very humorous. It was very lighthearted.
Is it funny?
Yeah, it's funny.
'Cause you
Ryan
see
Reynolds and Will Ferrell.
You see Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell thinking, okay, this is going to be funny.
Yeah, it is. And they make fun of the fact that it's a musical in the music. So it's great. I liked it. It wouldn't be my choice for a recent classic because I have other movies that I think fall in that category. So yeah, I get COVID rage. Mainly
Chris
when I'm
Dorn-
trying to get a word in edgewise with these assholes.
I haven't hardly said a word this whole fucking podcast.
That's
Chris
your
Dorn's-
fault.
Chris Dorn says
That's your goddamn fault.
Dude, the majority of the speaking on this show has been these two.
Yeah, by far.
What?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, okay,
Okay,
that's why.
Mike,
That's what.
Go
That's
back
why
to
people are saying it's an
your
interesting.
voice.
It's an interesting podcast.
Yes.
High five, Matt. High five, Matt.
I have no idea what I'm high-fiving.
He said we're the ones who've been talking the whole time, and I said, yeah, I go. That's people are saying it's an interesting podcast.
I mean, I was on time and I have COVID. I mean, I don't know what Nick's excuse was, but
Wow. He had to get Jack in the Box. Leave the man alone.
clearly
I
he
mean,
had to stop. You know?
If there
I
was a
mean,
Jack in the Box in the proximity,
I just
or-
rolled
or
off
in
that
a recent
fucking
travel
quickly
from my
and
house,
came
I
over
would
here.
stop as well.
I got to be honest with you. If there's a Jack in the Box, I would have been late too.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, I literally had to work till 6:30 in the office and grabbed the nearest thing I could get to get here.
At least you have a Jack in the Box. I live in a town.
At least you have a job, you know?
Is there a Jack in the Box in Farmington?
I don't know.
That's a different town altogether.
Different town,
You
yeah.
fucked up the
Different
town name.
state.
Yeah.
Different state.
No, Jack in the Box is not a chain that is present in the Northeast.
I don't get it. It should be nationwide. I just
I like
don't
Jack in the
understand
Box.
it.
Yeah, that's good.
You have so many choices. You can get
Yeah.
tacos. You can get hamburgers.
I mean, they had me at curly fries, so it's like
I'm not. I am not a curly
you,
fan.
Jack, you did. To me now.
I don't. I might as well be. I'm not. I just don't get it. I don't get the
There used to be
allure
a-
of the.
There used to be an A&W restaurant down on Cape Cod.
I
where
like
used to go.
A&W.
And like they had the most amazing seasoned curly fries. Oh,
Eh,
so good, so fucking good.
So good.
With a fresh root beer on tap. Oh,
and A&W was the last place that when I was a youngster, the people still served you on roller skates.
yeah.
Nice.
That's how old I am.
Well, we have
got some
Sonic.
pretty good. Oh, Sonic.
We have
can be
Sonic.
good. I go to Sonic for the tater tots. That's really about it.
Yeah, I've never been to
Todd.
Sonic, but we have them up here.
I've been to a Sonic, but
Yeah, the burgers are
But that-
pretty good.
Don't they do roller skates?
They used to. I think most of the time now they always walk out and give it to you.
Oh,
Um,
womp.
we've got some pretty good questions in the chat over here. Like Kim asks, "Is anyone psyched about Willow?" I need to watch that actually. The first episode
Yeah.
dropped
Oh,
today.
Yeah. I watched
Willow.
first 2 episodes. So
Okay,
What's
but,
Willow?
yeah, I liked it.
good.
So
I'll give
what
it a
is
shot after we end here. You've seen Willow, haven't you, Jack? The movie came out in '88 with Val Kilmer.
directed by Ron Howard.
Oh yeah. It's a TV show now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On
there's a TV
Disney
show.
Plus came out with a season
Series.
series.
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
They're gonna make another one.
I wasn't
Okay.
really psyched about it, but I'll give it a shot.
I mean, Willow was when I
Is
was
Val
I
Kilmer-
was
is Val
7
Kilmer
when
in
it
it?
came out. I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. It's Lord of the Rings ripoff, but it was
Yeah.
Is Val
entertaining.
Kilmer in it?
Yeah.
No.
No,
I think he's gonna make a
the
cameo.
TV show.
Oh, in the
I don't think,
show?
I don't think he's in that
Show.
TV show. I don't think he's in the TV show.
Does he go, "You're dangerous"?
No.
You're everyone's problem.
Mm-mm.
Mad Mardigan's a totally
Willow is in the TV show, who is Warwick,
Warwick.
So,
He also
Warwick
Ewok.
Davis. So
the species that tried to eat Han and Chewie because they were sick fucks.
okay,
oh, man,
was yeah,
Andor.
We'll get to that.
I gotta see Andor.
Why can't we get to it now?
We've already
Go ahead. I have not seen it yet, but go ahead. It's on my list.
My first gut reaction. I disliked the finale.
Really, most people liked it.
And then I thought more about it, and I liked it more.
Yeah, I think they improperly named it. I don't think it should be called Andor. It should be called like Spark or something, like Spark of the Rebellion or something.
Yeah.
There's more to it than just Andor. But maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, I think the main beats of the movie, though, or the show, are around him, and
The finale wasn't.
No, but the moment at the very end and everything leading up to that, like to convince him to give himself over, as the show went on, you had to have Andor get to a point where he is in the cause, right?
Yeah.
And throughout the show, he's not. So it has to end with him being about the cause or having some, so the characters that were killed, the characters that died, the characters that were ruined, the characters that like he met along the way, all leading up to this moment, and the revolution that happens in that, which was to Nick's point, a spark led by, someone who had a huge influence on his life.
Technically, also an Andor.
So,
True.
Boom, mind blown.
I did really like that scene, and I thought that was obviously that was the tone that they're going for. That was the whole point of the series, at least this first season, was to spark the rebellion. To your words, Nick, right? And I thought how they did that with the posthumous video message from Mama Dukes there, I thought was actually really, really cool because it felt like they gave the season a purpose. You know what I mean? Like it definitely felt like it was just kind of like things were just kind of like waiting on whatever across the majority of the season. Then it really picked it up into, okay, this is actually a story about how the rebellion is started. So
yeah.
Well, he had to go through that prison hell too, I think, and what he goes through that with Melshi.
Yeah.
And knowing that Melshi is part of Rogue One, and then where he leaves him, and that sunset, or actually it's a sunrise shot, and in the water in the previous episode, I thought that was like maybe more impactful and powerful than the last episode. But yeah, it's a good series.
Like there, yeah. I think for the most part, the consensus is it's a good show.
Yeah.
Miami Mike says he's haven't watched Andor, but it seems like everybody's opinions is all over the place on that show.
Yeah,
I think it's true. Isn't that true for pretty much every Star Wars show?
Yeah,
I think you'd enjoy it, Jack.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to watch it, but I'm saying, but isn't that because a lot of people either hate the show or that like Mandalorian, or
No, I mean the consensus on Mandalorian was a lot of people like.
I'm just saying, but there's there's been a lot of Star Wars shows come out, and people some like, they should have done it. Yeah, okay, I liked it. Nah, I don't know.
I just felt the first few episodes of Andor are really slow, and that was my biggest beef with it, because there's a lot of little elements in it that if they don't pay off later in like another season, it's like then what's the point of showing some of those things?
Right.
What show are you talking about?
Andor.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, because like
it starts off. Does it start off slow? Is that?
It starts off slow. Like
it's fine. Don't listen to Nick. Just
the first two to three, I felt were just a bit slow. But yeah, once you get into it,
there's a subplot in those first 3 episodes though that's important on establishing who he is and the character that comes about in the end.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I mean, I like the pacing because it didn't try to be a Star Wars movie where it's like ba-bam, 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 and here's a cute droid. this was more.
No, it was bam. Here's a cute droid. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, I got you.
Oh, so there is a cute droid. Huh?
There's
always
droid.
a cute droid. There's always a cute droid.
Yeah.
It's kind of clingy, you know. It's got separation anxiety.
It's more like a dog.
Yeah.
Which is why it's even sweeter.
Then what else? Oh, there's another. Oh, I didn't watch it yet. Someone asked about Glass Onion, which was the Ryan Johnson sequel to Knives Out. My sister liked it. She said she liked it better than Knives Out. But
you mean the movie?
The movie, yeah. Knives Out came out a few years ago, and then
I
called Glass Onion. That
I didn't think that Knives Out was that great.
I didn't either. I
just thought it was because it was supposed to. I always think it was going to be a whodunit. It was like a who. Okay, I'm going to tell you what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like going, okay, that's not what I expected when I came here. I mean, it was interesting, but I just remember going, okay, that's not what I was expecting a whodunit where I'm going to guess what it is, but no. It's spoon fed you.
There is a whodunit out now on HBO Max. It came out maybe a couple months ago with what are their names? The guy was in The Pianist.
Pianist?
Oh, you're talking about White Lotus?
No.
The movie.
Fucking.
What is
Peaky Blinders?
I keep seeing White Lotus, and I'm like, what is that?
That's a series. That's a show.
I gotta watch that. I hear it's pretty good. I gotta watch it.
I'll find it.
Well, Aubrey Plaza's in it, so I'm probably. I think that's her. That's
Adrian Brody.
So.
Adrian Brody. That's it. Yeah.
Well, this is
you don't have to wait on
really
me.
good.
Yeah.
I was like, hey,
I'm here, and this is could just fill this void.
Chewbacca gets a Brazilian.
I mean,
I figured somebody would be already answered it for some reason.
I'm not talking.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. So
I talk too much.
Oh, see how they run. That's it. So I mean, it's not. See how
That's
they
what I've
run
heard.
is not a. It's not a classic by any means. You're not going to be like, hey, you got to see this. But if you like a traditional who done it,
see how they run.
See how they run. Yeah.
I've just been into these shows. The men that build. Now it's the Titans that built America. It's all about Henry Ford and
manly men that changed America, not women.
The pot. And so it's actually it's fascinating though. It's just
women that birthed America.
No, there's no women in this. They don't. Women haven't done it. I hate
men that were dicks in America.
Women haven't done anything.
That loved him.
The dicks and the women that.
You know what the women don't have, Dak? Dicks.
Well, you got Abigail Adams. Okay, she did a lot for the country.
Well, I was just trying to.
She kept morale up.
Tie it back around to a big beginning of our discussion.
I'm just saying.
No, but these Titans, they have one thing in common. They're all assholes.
Yeah, of course.
They're all just fuck it. It's just like fuck the little people.
So it's kind of like the Ramblecast.
We're not rich. None of us.
I'm not rich.
We got the dick part right.
I wouldn't say fuck any of you guys. Thank you. I know how I rate. Fuck it, man.
Bunch of assholes.
Okay. I can. Hey, are you worried that the Padres are going to take Bogart from you?
No.
Bogart. You're not worried about it?
No.
All rumors are he's coming.
Honestly, I haven't given a shit about the Red Sox in years. I've not followed baseball in a while.
You're a diehard fan.
No, it's been a long time.
Yeah. What about the Patriots? Are they on their way back?
They're not looking great, man.
There was a story out today that Tom Brady could come back to New England next year.
No.
That's what the rumor is.
I
don't know.
I mean, it's one of those things that
he looks done. Like, he looks done to me, but that's just me.
Yeah. I mean, it could be one of the things like Pujols, like the Cardinals brought him back just so he could retire a Cardinal. It could be one of those things with Brady too, but
yeah, he's gonna retire. He's gonna retire at the end of this year, and then he's gonna have a whole I'm gonna make my life better. Kind of like
I'm looking at this headline right now. This is interesting.
It's gonna be a bunch of bullshit. I found myself. I went out and meditated and
He's thinking maybe I shouldn't have come back one more year.
Yeah.
I should have stayed retired.
Gone out on top.
I mean, exactly. He could have gone on top, just win the Super Bowl, with Tampa Bay, retire, and then he would have been like, that'd have been like one hell of a cap.
To be fair to Tom Brady, and I'm not a big Tom Brady fan, but he'll go down as of now the greatest quarterback. Because he's won so many Super Bowls and he's been so successful. So I don't think he's not one of those guys. Like even Johnny Unitas hung on too long.
Right.
He went to the Chargers and he was absolutely terrible. There's just some guys that are just so good that it doesn't.
Well, don't you think that a lot of the quarterbacks all stayed in there. I mean, even Favre, he was
Favre,
like, how do I take more money from
the welfare system?
Dude, he's fucked, man.
But you know what? You don't hear anything about it.
You're right. It's kind of gotten squashed.
It's ridiculous.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
everything.
But please tell me about how Colin Kaepernick took a knee.
Oh my God! Right?
Exactly.
I think they're kind of when you look at them, you're like, wait, what? We as a nation got hung up on taking a knee, but this guy,
you'll get no argument. You get no argument from me. This guy is a rich guy stealing from the poor, right?
Yeah,
openly admitting his knowledge of it.
Yeah, and it just gets pushed. It just gets that's Brett Favre. Let's sweep this under the rug. You or me, we're doing life at Leavenworth.
Right.
Well, I mean, he already had the dick pics too. I mean, to boot,
Oh, that's right. The sexting.
Yeah, I mean. He's had it all now. He got the.
He should run for president,
stealing
man.
from. Yeah, that's the next step.
He's got my fucking vote.
He's got him metamorphosized. It's like a Pokemon, It's like, well, we just thought he was this, but now he's this. Now
you can't go right for president. He's got to start as senator first, and then
you bypass that.
Just go straight to the top.
Dude, have you listened to fucking Herschel Walker say more than 3 words together?
He's been hitting the head a lot, Chris. Come on.
Okay, he played a lot in the NFL. Okay, he USFL. He played a lot in college. They didn't have the rules back then that they have now. They don't protect the players. Okay, go ahead.
How is it in actuality that he's the candidate?
Right.
That's
how the fuck does that happen though?
But you can. I mean, I agree 100% with you. But I sit there and look at both sides. I mean, he said,
look at the Pennsylvania race. That was
I go. Wait, it's I have to vote for one of these two.
Yeah.
I mean, dude literally had a stroke, and I'm going. I go. Okay, but then you have Dr. Oz, who's Dr. Dumbass.
I mean, the thing is though, is that I think that Pennsylvania race was kind of like a miniature Biden versus Trump 2022 or whatever the fuck what year it was, or 2020,
or 2022, or 2024, or 2026,
whatever. But the idea was he's the lesser of the evils. Nobody was hey, Biden.
But this has been going on. This has been going on for a long time, though.
Yeah,
it's okay. This country has 330 million people, right? And a lot of these people in this country are smart,
are in Framingham,
articulate. Yeah, and that we don't vote for them because we've never heard of it,
right?
And it's just I go, how do we keep getting stuck with these stupid fuck? I mean, I'm not saying stupid.
No, you can. I think so.
Okay,
I mean, you're I'm going to say fucking, but I'm not going to say stupid.
Look, I don't want to mention her by name, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Mm-hmm.
Who votes for her?
Right.
Who votes? I mean, come on. I mean, she literally says it's stupid. I'm going.
Or the whatever.
Again,
her name
that's
is.
Another
I
one.
know.
I can mention some other ones, but I know people would be upset. But I just go.
And don't before we're getting a little more political than usual, but we'd be remiss if we didn't say there's some fucking ass hats on the blue side of the aisle too.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Not as much, but there are some ass hats.
There are, but there are, but they just don't get the publicity.
Yeah,
because people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, they're out there every day saying something stupid.
Yeah.
Where the other people on the blue side go, all right, I'm gonna only say something stupid once a month, and that way nobody knows me because I'm not saying. Well,
there'll be a lot more stupid people on the blue side if the red side keeps sticking with the white supremacist Trump side because people keep tanking that. I mean,
well, people are finally starting to go, okay, maybe Trump isn't the one I should pitch my wagon to.
Maybe there's a different lizard out here.
Again, I go to where you watch that the men that built America, and you go, all right, this Trump is kind of, I could vote for that guy, but then you had Trump running for campaign. You gotta go, this guy's an absolute asshole. He's a nut.
I think
what happened?
Politics. Yeah, you gotta be nuts. You gotta be nuts to run for politics. Period.
I think you have to be, but I think it's such a scam. It's just these people are just so. I mean, it's just and we just keep going. Oh, we got to vote blue. We got to vote red. No, we need.
Because I think they're bought and paid for long before they even get there. And
then like Herschel Walker. He's bought and paid. Like that was he was put there with money. Like there's a distinct reason why he's actually in that position.
Right.
Because he'll vote no matter with what's his name, the turtle guy and
the turtle
Cruz.
Yeah,
I'm drawing blank on the turtle guy.
I think
McConnell.
McConnell.
He does look like, and if you've seen Masters of Disguise, like for real, like he could be the turtle.
I look at him, the old Bugs Bunny cartoon where Bugs Bunny's racing the hare. That's Mitch McConnell. But Mitch McConnell loses.
Somehow he wins.
Bill Hicks, comedian back in the 90s, I think he summed it up one time pretty well. He was like, he's like, every now and then, it doesn't happen much. He goes, but you get a candidate you like really like, and something good happens. Let's say he's running for president, and he gets in the first day of the office, and then secretary comes over and goes like, oh, like, let's say the powerful people, they come into the office and they go, hey there, president, welcome. We got a little film we want to show you. And they roll down the screen, and it's the footage of JFK that no one's ever seen before. And they go, this is the last fucker that tried to do some shit that we didn't want them to do. It's like, and then from that point on, the guy you voted for doesn't exist anymore. And
remember Lincoln?
Yeah.
Okay.
Problem is there's a lot of people in politics that believe that 100% actually happens. Like conspiracy theory and all. Like, yep, that makes sense because it helps explain.
I used to be, hey, it matters, but I've kind of been soured as it just doesn't matter.
I'm at that point where it's just like, I don't care who you vote for. I've never cared who you vote for. I think they're all authoritarians, and they just want to. It doesn't matter what side they want to put their idea of America on everyone else. And I don't think that's what America is about. It should be, I should be able to live my life the way the fuck I want to live it, not the way some party thinks the way I should live it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a little bit more.
Go, girl.
But it's just sad in a way. And it's like, I think Chris Rock talked about it with the pharmaceutical industry and all that shit, talking about like, when's the last time we cured anything? It's like polio, and they're still kicking themselves for curing that shit. And it's the same thing with politics.
Are you Michael? I'm drawing a blank on the thing. Office Michael Scott.
Michael Scott, no. But because like a friend of mine who's also diabetic, we were talking today, and he's like, he goes, I've had this shit since I was 5 years old. And every time I see the doctor and I go, okay, is this shit ever going to, they always say, 5 more years. It's like, that was like 30 years ago. And that's the way I think with politics too. It's like everyone comes in and says, we're going to fix this. And they don't fix it. Why? Because there's no money in fixing shit. And that's just the way, that's why I get bitter, is because it's like, sometimes the answers are so simple, but they won't do it.
You look at these people in Congress and the Senate, they go in there, they're most of them are pretty well off anyway, but they leave really well off.
Oh yeah.
They leave multi-millionaires when they went in there. Okay, you're only making 130,000, whatever they make, 100, whatever it is now. I mean, they're making a lot of money, and they have their health care paid for conveniently, and everything else. But they leave multi-millionaires. I mean, it's because they get stock tips and everything. They're getting it's such a joke that until we go, okay, you can run for Congress twice. You can run for the Senate once. That's it. One and done. Then you're just going to have this catastrophe where it's just.
I know Jay asked me that, like, how would you fix some of that stuff? And I don't believe in direct I think it's the 18th or 17th Amendment, with the direct election of senators, because I think I like it better the way it used to be. It was that, the state legislatures would appoint, experienced people to be senators who actually have experience legislating, don't just, say I'm running for Congress because I'm a famous person and you have no experience whatsoever actually being a smart person to, and then you get caught up in the money cycle of like, oh, I'm running for Senate, so give me all this money. And then you're not doing your job. Your whole job at that point is to get reelected. And so it ruins that side of,
especially in
Stop
Congress.
the steal. Stop the steal.
Yeah. I don't mind so much the House. The House is every 2 years, and that's really supposed to be the will of the people, of like, your local person.
Yeah, but the whole time as they get
you.
elected, they get elected. Okay, I need to. If I'm going to get reelected, it's only 2 years. I got to start campaigning again. I got to start begging for money again.
But that should be limited, like what you were saying, Jack. It should be no more than 3 to 4 terms. It shouldn't be a career. It should be a public servant position. That's what it is. Yeah. And you shouldn't be paid $250,000 or whatever. You should be paid
no
what
matter
the
how
average salary is for the country.
Because no matter how fucked up these people are, they get reelected. Yeah. Because they have a huge advantage once they get in there. Anyway,
I know we got a little deep. But.
We should have stuck with the greatest movies the last 10 years. Recent movies. Recent. I'm sorry. Recent.
It could be. I was trying to float something. What do you guys do? Yeah. Have you guys come up with a versus? No. Nope, none.
I say best Christmas cookie.
Oh, I know the answer to that. That is
Matt's
grandma's Snickerdoodle.
Yeah, it's Snickerdoodle. And my grandmother never made a Snickerdoodle. My mother-in-law did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Snickerdoodle is an underrated cookie.
It is a very underrated cookie.
Yeah. I think it's actually rated completely appropriately.
No,
because
so
when you think about it, like the Snickerdoodle's got a little more than the average going on than your average cookie does.
Yeah.
You can't be housing like a sleeve of Snickerdoodles because you're not going to feel good. I mean, you're not going to feel good doing a sleeve of grandma's chocolate chip cookies either, but I would sooner eat a sleeve of chocolate chip than I would of Snickerdoodle.
But
I think I'd be too much.
I love it. I love a good Snickerdoodle, but it's not like I go, okay, I don't go out. If I see them at the store, I'm not buying them.
Yeah, there you go. So that's backing up the idea of the fact that they are appropriately rated. I don't think they're.
But it's a damn good cookie.
Yeah, if you offer me a Snickerdoodle, I'll eat it.
It's exactly home baked.
I'm not going to seek out a Snickerdoodle.
Yeah,
it's not going to beat your chocolate chip.
No,
there's no a good chocolate chip cookie. There's no way.
I mean, I think oatmeal is above it. Oatmeal raisins above it.
No.
Fuck you. You lost me at the raisins. No, come on. They just.
I'm not. I stand
that was.
I don't want fiber in my cookie.
Raisin lobbyists pushed that so they could sell raisins, because before that people are going raisins, because you see the little box of raisins, what's the little red box?
Sunmaids, yep.
Sunmaid. You don't see adults eating them. It's always kids. You put them in the kids' lunchbox. Oh, these are good for you. And the kids always go, I don't see you eating them, Mom and Dad, because raisins suck. Right? Am I right? You put them in. Well, okay, you like it. But all right, Chris, you're sending your kids off to school. You put raisins in their lunchbox. Do you eat the raisins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go out of your way to eat the raisins.
They're last, but yeah.
they're in the cabinet. Yeah.
But because of your kids, they would not be in your cabinet if you didn't have kids.
Jack, I think if you ate more raisins, you would be less grumpy because you get that fiber in your system. And,
dude, I like you and Matt. The level,
personally,
the
like
level
craisins,
of anger and vitriol from the two of you on the top of this quadrants here today.
We both have COVID. I officially have it because I tested. Who knows what kind of vid
I have super immunity. I don't have.
I think he has the RS vid.
I probably have.
I think he's still bitter from his dick shaming.
Right?
Yeah,
like John, the retired guy, says raisins are for throwing. Again, nobody. You would not have
source of fiber, man. You'll be right as rain.
All right, Nick. I'm asking an honest question. Do you have raisins at your house right now?
I do. I have a pound bag of raisins.
You're
bullshit.
No.
If I don't see it, it's not true.
Look, just because you're diabetic. His face was frozen there.
It was.
Okay.
It was frozen. It was frozen in anger. And now he's like, he's going to get his fucking receipts right now. And I fucking love every second of this.
I thought he was just pissed. He looked like
he's got the receipts.
I don't want to see receipts. I want to see fucking raisins.
Yes,
holy shit!
He's got the receipts.
Correction, it's a 2-pound bag of raisins.
All right, you had your niece and nephews over, right? Recently?
No, my parents came.
He doesn't have nieces.
What's the expiration date on those raisins? I bet they've expired.
No, those things are good for a long time.
Forever.
Yeah,
especially in those resealable
best
bags.
Before January 17th, 2024.
Oh, there you go.
All right, that's
for the next
okay.
World Cup.
Yeah, come on, raisins shouldn't last that long.
You got to eat them before you go to Metallica.
Right.
Yeah, right for the tailgating. I love it.
Yeah, I've seen.
Woo!
Going
to Metallica, bro, my raisins.
Got my son made. Just dress up as a I'm just gonna dress up as a California raisin for the concert.
No, Chris goes, I don't need gummies. I got my raisins. Raisins.
These are special raisins. They've been dipped in
THC oil.
Okay, I stand corrected. Nick, you proved me wrong that one of us, because Chris, you don't have raisins in your house, do you?
I do.
Oh, do you?
I'm not fucking going to get them though. They're upstairs.
There's an 80% chance that we have.
I got like the lunchbox packages,
and I think we have craisins because we use those in stuff.
Yeah. But I also have raisinets, motherfuckers. Those are awesome.
But there is a certain age where your mom would put your raisins in the lunchbox that you would go, come on, Mom, what are you doing? What are you doing? I can't be seen with the raisins.
I never hated on it.
I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
No,
I grew up.
You grew up in a tough neighborhood.
I grew up in a tough neighborhood, in San Diego. And it was a brutal era too. It was the 60s, 70s.
I heard about it.
When I think of the 60s in California, I definitely think violence and hard asses.
Oh yeah,
you're running that Hell's Angels corner.
The mean streets of San Diego. It was like
I thought California was all about raisins.
I grew up in not in San Diego.
Like those.
I grew up in Claremont.
Big, huge California raisins.
Like, that's like a #1 export, isn't it?
Yeah, we ship them
like
out.
Somebody from Wisconsin.
How are you not like taking credit for San Diego doing some useless shit by talking about raisins? Like
they don't fucking grow. They don't fuck. I don't think they grow raisins in San Diego.
No, they sun dry.
If they did, you would have fucking smashed them to your face.
That's right.
I don't hate raisins, but
San Diego raisins. Let's go start a sports team called the San Diego Raisins just to fucking spite Jack.
You can't backtrack now, Jack, on your raisin hate. We've got like a 5-minute rant about you eat the raisins and you're like.
I will say I don't like them in oatmeal cookies. Oatmeal cookies with raisins can go fuck themselves. Oatmeal with chocolate chips. That's like a next level cookie.
Just have the oatmeal with the oatmeal. I don't need.
Regardless of what we think, Snickerdoodle is a fucking appropriately rated. So
no, it's underrated.
I think it's an underrated cookie because
that's our verses. Snickerdoodles.
You can't call something underrated and also in the same breath say, "Well, I'm not going to go and look for one."
I guarantee if we put up a poll,
I made
Snickerdoodle or oatmeal raisin. Oatmeal raisin loses.
That's fair.
There's no way it.
Okay,
I would vote for Snickerdoodle.
That was my opinion.
Okay, I think we've learned a lot.
Really, is oatmeal raisin?
This podcast is a bunch of assholes.
You got like oatmeal and raisins. It's like someone trying to make a healthy cookie. It's not really.
Yeah.
Hey man,
someone felt guilty. Hey, let's throw some raisins in there.
It's some oatmeal. Yeah, the kids want to eat that.
Snickerdoodle coffee is pretty good.
No, having a Snickerdoodle with your coffee is the next level.
Having Snickerdoodle flavored coffee is pretty good.
I don't like coffee, so.
Okay, well.
I don't need the Jack.
Anywho.
Well,
we might need a coffee if we don't end the show anytime soon.
Yeah.
I think we should end this before we get angry, before people get upset.
I've been hangry this whole time.
Actually, I've been pissed ever since I saw Nick eat the Jack in the Box taco.
Snapping his pencils underneath his desk for the last hour. Like, motherfucker. I'm going to draw a ball of fire in my next fucking everyday adventure. It's going to be dedicated to Jack and Chris.
No, I don't think so.
We're totally going to inspire the next angry drawing.
Your next drawing should be a oatmeal raisin cookie.
Oh, no.
And make it where the oatmeal, because hold on a second, make it where the raisins are flies and they fly away.
Oh, yeah, it's animated. Okay.
Yeah. What do you think?
Celery with peanut butter and raisins. Mm-hmm.
No.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, peanut butter with the celery and the raisins, the ants on a log.
You don't need the raisins. That's what I'm saying. You don't need them. It's fine without
ants on
the
a
raisins.
log, though. That's
no.
Yeah. And if you want to get funny, you can put red ants and put craisins on there. Huh?
Ooh.
Huh?
I got bit by red ants.
This.
You mean fire ants?
Fire ants, yeah. Bastards.
Red
ants. I was cutting the roses down because of that time of year.
Yeah.
Am I still getting stuck by these fucking roses? I had gloves on. The whole glove was full of red ants. I go, motherfuckers. They must have thought I had a raisin. That's all I can think of.
Yeah.
They had a raisin in my glove.
Well, this is
anyway.
Raisins.
This has been a great podcast.
One in a million.
And we appreciate Matt sucking it up the whole, Nancy Reagan the whole podcast, and because you said you weren't going to finish the podcast, right?
Well, I didn't know how I'd feel, but like I said, I haven't really had much interaction with people today, so this is.
So if you have long COVID, are you just going to be perpetually mad?
No, I don't plan on having long
escalating
COVID.
mad.
Oh, looks like it's time for me to go, guys. Be seeing you.
No, I give you credit for Nancy Reagan you.
Oh, he came back.
Yeah,
oh
he came
shit!
back to blow his nose.
Wait, what the fuck, man? I was leaving.
You're not leaving anywhere. Wait, you
all right, close up the fucking show.
No vid on the COVID, okay?
Jack, are you doing that? How can you do that? Just
I have magic.
This is producer magic.
You just took over his computer from half the country
that's
away.
Scary.
That's kind of creepy.
I have that power. Anyway, this was a great episode. I'm glad Matt made it through the whole episode.
Me too.
Thanks for.
I'm glad Nick finally showed up after.
And
2 hours.
I finally told him, I said, hey, let's just push Survivor till tomorrow because it was going to be a late start tonight for Survivor. And I said, I don't know if Matt is going to survive the episode. So I said, hey.
Well, it was nice because Colleen texted me get well, so that was really sweet.
But first, it took me a while.
We didn't do that yet.
It's all right. Neither did my wife. She was like, "You can just stay down there, okay? We have our own life without you now."
Yeah.
So
she like locked the door. She's like,
pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Just slice food underneath the door.
I understand. Anyway,
1 in a million.
Y&T, yes, we will look it up, John. We know.
Why
we get it. We get it. Young and the Restless.
Dun, dun. My wife used to watch it. Pick it.
Thanks to all those patrons who are listening out there. We couldn't do the show if it wasn't for you guys.
But could we? I think we could.
We could recognize a few specific patrons, however.
Anyway, we're going to thank Tack from Paris, Eckhart Rickner, Glaffelder, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with a Plan, Ed the Creepy Letter Carrier, and Jack from Singapore. Thanks for what you do, and thanks for everyone what we do. And what?
Damn, he just called it. If you want to know what was said, join us live. It's always in the comments. That's how we have all of the fun. We thank everybody that joins us live, even John the retired guy. Join us next week.
Fuck you, Miami Mike.
Also, just a huge heartfelt hug.
Go ahead.
For fuck's sake.
No,
okay, good night, everybody.
No,
I was just going to say a huge heartfelt hug to Sherry We know she's
Sherry.
been through a lot,
Yes.
and we've
Been
been
through a
in
lot.
our thoughts for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
Like we've
Yeah.
joked and laughed, and maybe we should have said that at the beginning, but yeah, we've definitely
We felt terrible because we said something. Well, Chris did.
I did,
And
yeah.
And then we all piled on, and I felt really horrible when I found out why. So
yeah. So
your thought. I agree with Matt. Your thoughts are you're in our thoughts. Whatever I'm trying to say. I gotta bring.
Yeah, you fucked that one up, dude.
dude, take a COVID test, man. Sounds like you got COVID brain.
I think she gets the point, though.
I think she understands who I am, and that's I'm gonna fuck something up. So that's it. Anyway, we'll be back probably next week for another episode of Snickerdoodles.
Ah, there she is. She's right there.
Thanks, Sherry.
She didn't hang up on us.
And keep us updated, Sherry.
Yes,
I can't
please.
make the little silly heart thing. That's just not in my. I can't do it. It's not for me.
Anyway, that's all we got. Thanks for watching.
It's an apple.
We're out. And
Bye.
I'm gonna eat some raisins next week.